Central government allocated $50 million to THA to aid in oil spill recovery. Finance Minister Colm Imbird says the government is finding it difficult to fund the nation's health care. And Charlottesville jetty under repairs ahead of the next cruise ship season. Good evening, I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards. Welcome to the Tobago Updates television news for Tuesday, June 4th, 2024. Top story this evening. Despite requesting $153 million to cover the cost incurred from the Gulf Stream oil spill cleanup, the central government is only prepared to allocate to the THA a third of that request. During the Standing Finance Committee meeting in Parliament yesterday, Finance Minister Colm Imbird stated they determined that $50 million would suffice based on documentation provided by the THA. Reporter Candice Jackson has more details in this story.
The request from the Tobago House of Assembly was $153 million. We found justification for 50.
This statement was made by Finance Minister Colm Imbird to the Standing Finance Committee in Parliament for the supplementation of heads of expenditure on the national budget. The $50 million in supplemental funding is to assist the THA in paying some of the bills incurred from the February 7th Gulf Stream oil spill response efforts. According to Imbird, he was not the one who determined that the THA should only receive a third of their request. Instead, technocrats in the budget division decided.
The public servants in the budget division of the Ministry of Finance requested supporting documentation from the Tobago House of Assembly from their counterparts. They interrogated the documents and recommended that a sum of $50 million be made available.
When questioned by the opposition, he detailed what the $50 million was approved for.
These costs include cleanup and remediation, lease and rental infrastructure, marine support services and consultancy, security, materials and supplies, catering and refurbishment.
However, the costs do not seem to address business owners and fishermen who had their livelihoods impacted. This was a point member for Couva North, Ravi Ratiram, sought clarity on.
So from the items that you have read out there, which was not provided to us, nowhere in that indicated that any kind of funding is going to be allocated or put aside for individuals who would have lost income as a result of this oil spill.
But Speaker of the House, Bridget Anisette George, denied the question.
The second question, I rule, is out of order, having regard to what this process is about.
The All Tobago Fisher Folk Association submitted a claim for $13 million in losses and damages. Many of the fishermen in Lambo are still unable to fish because their vessels were either damaged by the oil or damaged while rendering assistance to the emergency response efforts. Additionally, they claim that the oil spill affected the availability of fish close to shore, forcing them to travel further distances to catch the same amount of fish. The central government has also sought US $23 million from the International Oil Pollution Compensation IOPC Fund, which will cover the costs of companies engaged by the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries to assist in cleanup efforts. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Well, the political leader of the Innovative Democratic Alliance, Dr. Denise Soyafat Angus, weighed in on the matter and said that the $50 million budget was short-sighted. She listed her reasons for this description, and Ariana Sipiu has the story.
IDA leader Dr. Denise Soyafat Angus stated that looking at what is being paid for by the central government, it was just for immediate issues such as the oil spill cleanup and catering services.
Just really shallow thinking and not thinking of the true impact of the oil spill on Tobago, its economy, the livelihood of its people, and even the health of its people.
Speaking about the shark attack, Dr. Soyafat Angus said that experts suggested that the attack may have been related to the oil spill, moving food away from the area sharks would be.
Secondly, the chemicals from the oil spill, because it was so great, could essentially have sent the shark mad. Okay? So that is one area.
She then spoke about the spill's impact on fisherfolk, noting that they received $1,000 from the administration, which she said is nowhere near compensation.
Or having to take transportation and go different areas to do the fishing. The impact on that would be years for us to study.
Furthermore, Dr. Soyafat Angus said that people's health status should be prioritized, sharing that over time there should be an observation to see if there is an increase in cancer over the next 5 years.
So you're talking about increase in the amount of our healthcare bill to treat with this oil spill that would have occurred 5 years before. But you can only know that if you are studying the trends.
She said she hopes the Secretary of Health, Dr. Faith B. Israel, will consider this idea and have her team deployed to determine and assess people's health care over the next 5 to 10 years. She also noted the impact on the island's tourism, saying that visitors would go elsewhere.
I dare say that this administration did not take the opportunity at the time when we had all of the highlights going on to show the rest of the world that we have different beaches along different parts of the island that may not have been affected.
Dr. Soyafat Angus reiterated her point of $50 million being short-sighted. However, she said that if the administration has not been able to say what they have spent the $2.58 billion budget on, there may be hesitancy to put more in their hands at this time. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
To some other news, the Charlottesville jetty is being repaired ahead of the next cruise ship season. According to the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development, this project began today and is estimated to be completed in the next 30 days. The division said the project is to facilitate safer and more efficient berthing for cruise ship liners, since during the most recent cruise ship season, vessels being serviced along the jetty experienced some difficulties. Throughout this exercise, access to the jetty will be restricted for health and safety reasons. Heavy equipment will also be in operation during the renovation exercise. This project will be undertaken by the Speyside District of the Division of Infrastructure. The jetty, which is now measured at 5 feet by 20 feet, will be widened to 7 by 37 feet. Still to come, the central government is finding it difficult to fund healthcare. Also, we'll tell you about a new initiative aimed at boosting agriculture in Tobago. Stay with us.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes for breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti served with chokers, buljoil and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Tobago, we reach the biggest comedy event of 2024, finally in Tobago for one night only at Shaw Park.
My body, and I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, but you haven't been in the mood for the last 6 months. Love is a Walk, which played to sold-out houses across Trinidad, is coming to Tobago for one night only on Saturday, June 8th at 8:30 p.m.
You promised this would be the last time.
Yes, I tell you, it's the last time, I swear.
You sure about that?
Tickets for Love is a Walk available at the Shaw Park Complex daily and at advertised outlets. Check social media for details. Shaw Park, Saturday, June 8th.
Hey assemblers, I am Kimura Reed, your presiding officer for the first ever primary plenary debate to be done nationally under the People's House. Join us at 10 a.m. on Thursday, June the 6th, 2024 at the Assembly Chamber as 18 primary schools from the east, west, and north of the island will engage in a thought-provoking debate on the impacts and effects of the SEA examination as members of the THA.
My name is Lester Paul, and the reason why they should keep the SEA exam is because it's a standardized test, and the 3 most important things you need to know is maths, language arts, and creative writing.
My name is Stando George, and I believe that they should ban SEA because of the physical and mental stress that it gives to the students.
Come to to the public gallery or tune in live to our Facebook and YouTube links. We've got it locked, loaded, and ready to go. Thursday, June the 6th at 10 a.m. This is certainly one for the books.
It's a different type of thing down there. Man, we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Welcome back. Healthcare in Trinidad and Tobago is becoming excessively expensive, according to the Minister of Finance, Colm Imbit. He made these comments at yesterday's Standing Finance Committee on supplemental appropriations for the national budget. The government is seeking to supplement the Ministry of Health by $500 million, which is budgeted to settle outstanding arrears in the ministry. However, after enduring a line of questioning from the opposition about various line items, Imbert pointed out that the costs are becoming too burdensome to bear.
It is proving quite difficult to finance the purchase of free pharmaceuticals and all the other free services that are available in the health sector. So I just want members to understand this.
Citizens of Trinidad and Tobago benefit from a range of public healthcare services that are offered free of charge. However, the rising cases of non-communicable diseases and crime-related care have contributed to increased costs in the delivery of healthcare by the government. The Ministry of Health was allocated over $6.4 billion in the national budget reading in September 2023. The supplemental funding approved yesterday brings the total for fiscal 2024 to just below $7 billion. The finance minister suggested that it might be time to review how healthcare is managed in the country.
I recall when I was Minister of Health, which is some 20 odd years ago, the budget was $1 billion. So in that 20 years, it's increased from $1 billion to over $5 billion. So understand, we as a country spend huge amounts of money on healthcare, and it is something that we need to look at to make sure that we are getting value for money and so on.
Well, the minister did not elaborate on what that would mean for the future of healthcare in this country. The Tobago Agricultural Research Institute, TARI, is coming soon. Assemblyman Natisha Charles Pantin, Secretary for the Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development, provided details about the initiative, which is focused on developing sustainable farming solutions for Tobago. She was a guest on our Good Morning Tobago show, and Ariana Scipio has the details.
Secretary Natisha Charles Pantin said that currently there is a Kendall Farm School where farmers are taught to plant different crops and rear livestock. However, TARI would be a recreation of the farm school into a better institute,
where you could get your certificates and qualify for grants and other incentives. Yeah, but more so, we're looking at the whole issue of climate change and how to introduce different technologies to farmers.
She said that they will also look at climate resilience and techniques to transfer this type of knowledge to farmers. They are hoping for their first cohort in September, noting that they have set up a committee led by Senior IT Infrastructure Specialist at the Division of Food Security, Alicia James.
And I must say that the committee, they have been moving mountains given the short space of time that they were given and the mandate that they were given. So the next fiscal, you definitely see more coming out from that committee. And of course, they would start off as a committee, and when the life of the committee comes to an end, then you'll see even greater things. Yeah.
She said they are currently in the planning stage. Regarding the Kendall Farm School, she said they train farmers and create demonstration plots so that the farmers can return to their land and grow produce.
And of course, when we got in data collection, right, it is an issue. And I don't want to say it as if data collection in Tobago is an issue. Data collection across the region is an issue.
Based on several conferences attended by the Secretary, They have had discussions on how data can be coordinated to effectively manage agriculture in the region, noting that TARI will be addressing this issue as well. Secretary Charles Pantin shared that there is also a unit called the Research and Development Information Unit, which looks at the organization of data in the division, indicating that they are in the progress of reorganizing their data collection system. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
Canadian YouTuber Christopher Arthur Hughes, better known as Chris Mustlis, was arrested and then charged on May 29th under the Sedition Act Section 4.1, which indicates that a person publishing, selling or offering for sale or distributing seditious publication is guilty of an offence. Hughes has been granted bail of $100,000 by Master of the High Court Margaret Sukraj Goswami. He was released under the condition that he surrender his passport to the court and stay at the home of his former attorney, Kristen G. Williams. Former Attorney General Senior Counsel Anand Ramlogan is currently representing Hughes, who is expected to reappear on June 6, 2024. You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
Need a fresh start? Upgrade your life with the things you want. At Standard Distributors in Canaan, life is good with zero. Get that amazing fridge, the stylish sofa with zero down and easy financing. Your dream house is within reach. Visit Standard Distributors today. Life is good with zero.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and look. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. Do more, live more.
Deltec Distributors Weekend Special Wings Friday. 3 pounds wings, 2.5 kilogram fries. Special 100 TT. Soup Saturday. 2 pounds cube beef, 2 pounds cow heel, 2 pounds chicken foot, 2 pounds pigtail, or smoked bone. Special $150. Super Sunday. 3 pounds leg and thigh chicken, 3 pounds sliced pork, 3 pounds lamb slice, 3 pounds cheese, 2 pack of pasta. Special $250. Located Main Road, Argyle, Tobago. We deliver 20 TT. Contact us on deltecdistributors.com 395-5040 or 237-0102. Deltec Distributors Weekend Special.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Thanks for staying with us. Trinidad and Tobago is one of 15 countries that has access to US $135 million fund provided by the United Nations Development Program and the Global Environment Facility. Called the Blue and Green Islands Fund, it was launched during the just concluded 4th International Small Island Developing States Conference in Antigua and Barbuda. It aims to expand nature-based solutions to combat environmental degradation and protect crucial natural assets. More details from Candice Jackson.
In response to the call to improve climate financing to small island developing states, the UNDP and GEF are partnering with each other to allow 15 countries to access a US $135 million Blue and Green Islands integrated program. Trinidad and Tobago is one of the countries which is eligible for the financing. UNDP Administrator Akeem Steiner said it is meant to foster nature-positive changes in a country's development.
The idea is to focus on three particular opportunity sectors: tourism, urban, and food systems. Can they become drivers for a blue-green economy, meaning an economy that not only provides economic opportunity, jobs, incomes, livelihoods, but actually maintains the ecological infrastructure?
But how will access to the fund be handled, and who will determine what projects qualify for the funding? Well, CEO and Chairman of GEF, Carlos Manuel, stated that would depend on the country's government systems and its internal politics.
That evidence and my experience tells me that it is not that much of a complication in terms of procedures and requirements. What really is the real limit is the national capacities and the political changes and situations in the country that makes this not as efficient as we wish.
He explained that they are often bound by the local parameters within a country, which will affect their ability to execute a project or even fund certain projects. However, this program is building upon previous work done by the UNDP in the 15 countries listed to better streamline the process, according to Steiner.
The 15 countries that we will be working with essentially now have a very direct route to accessing very precious resources for priorities that really are at the top of their list. And in that sense, I think this program is not going to be constrained by that.
Meanwhile, Manuel highlighted that it will take approximately 2 years for the funding to be released.
It takes 6 months for the country and the agency to present the concept, and then it takes 14 months for the first disbursement.
The US $135 million Blue and Green Islands Integrated Program is also aimed at supporting a country's capacity towards integrated environmentally friendly solutions. There are also plans to increase the funding and allow more countries access in the future. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Well, with the 2024 hurricane season expected to bring exceptionally strong storms, Trinidad and Tobago and the rest of the Caribbean are worried about dealing with the loss and damage resulting from such events and the struggles of economic recovery afterwards. This is why the Alliance of Small Island Developing States is pushing for the establishment of a loss and damage fund. The concept is being presented to donors at the SIDS4 conference, or was presented to donors at the SIDS4 conference in Antigua and Barbuda in hopes of attracting pledges. Candice Jackson once again with the details.
The establishment of a loss and damage fund is being heralded as a historic win for SIDS by the Alliance of Small Island Developing States, according to loss and damage expert Sasha Jatan Singh from Climate Analytics. Since its launch at COP28 in 2023, they have been able to raise over $700 million US. But it is not enough. They are using the SIDS4 conference to increase it.
More financial support from developed countries. So we've been seeing that countries have been, providing financial support through the Netherlands yesterday. They've been recognizing the importance of capitalizing this fund.
Jatan Singh estimates that loss and damage from natural disasters like hurricanes can cost not billions, but trillions of dollars. It is a financing facility they are racing to establish because hurricanes are expected to be more devastating.
It destroyed maybe one of the ecosystems there, or impacted on the fisheries in Tobago. Then Tobago would be able to make a claim, through the Loss and Damage Fund.
The parameters of the fund are still being developed, but Jatan Singh stressed that when it is established, the fund needs to be disbursed in the most effective way possible.
We have been supporting the need for direct access, the need for the fund to be timely, because we do not, if a disaster happens, we can't wait an entire year for monies to be disbursed. So we address the issue. It has to happen within a very short period.
They are also working towards ensuring that the funding can be processed with the least amount of red tape possible, reaching territories regardless of their position within the overarching government structures in respective countries.
It should not be a highly bureaucratic process. It should not be where it's only countries that could apply to the fund. It could be at the subnational and community level.
This means that entities like the Tobago House of Assembly should be able to access the funding. Jatan Singh stated that the Loss and Damage Fund should be ready for disbursement by COP29, which is in November. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
A weather report is up next.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported. So before we go to the weather report, we do have an item of sport to share with you. The Tobago Rugby Football Club successfully hosted their inaugural Tobago Sand Slammer Rugby Fest, featuring 8 teams across various categories. In the juniors category, 3 teams showcased their skills: Eclipse, Rising Stars, and Spartan. Marcus Daniel tells us more.
In white and led by Captain Kiefer Devines displayed impressive teamwork. Rising Stars clad in blue and captained by Shane St. Louis brought energy and determination. The Spartans dressed in green and also led by Kiefer Devines showed resilience and strategy. The female category featured 2 teams, Stars and Warrior Princesses. The Stars, wearing gold and black and captained by Devines, played with finesse and coordination. The Warrior Princesses in maroon and also guided by Devines demonstrated skill and strength. In the men's category, 3 teams competed: Masuja A, Masuja B, and SDI Legends. Masuja A in navy blue and led by Kyle Stewart displayed exceptional tactics. Masuja B, dressed in blue, white and black, and also under Kyle Stewart's captaincy, showed remarkable teamwork. SDI Legends in royal blue, managed by General Wright and captained by Anderson Roberts, impressed with their strategic plays and athleticism. Lead coordinator Jill Wright told Tobago Update Sports that the tournament success was highlighted by young people forming their own teams and playing with passion. The prize giving ceremony will be held in the coming weeks. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
Here's what to expect of the weather tonight into tomorrow from the TNT Met office. Tonight, fair to partly cloudy with isolated showers in some areas and the low chance of the odd thunderstorm. Tonight's temperature should be around 26 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, a few showery spells are expected, particularly during the morning period, which will give way to a generally fair, hazy, and at times breezy day. Gusty winds and street flooding are possible in the event of showers and/or heavy downpours. Tomorrow's temperatures should reach a high of 32 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 36 degrees Celsius. Seas slight to moderate with waves near 1.5 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. Sunrise is at 5:38 and sunset at 6:24. Please note that a significant increase of Saharan dust is expected tomorrow afternoon, and as always, sensitive persons should take the necessary precautions. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Let's recount the headlines before we go. Central government allocated $50 million to the THA to aid in oil spill recovery. Finance Minister Colm Imbud says the government is finding it difficult to fund the nation's healthcare, and Charlottesville jetty under repairs ahead of the next cruise ship season. I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards, thanking you so much for joining us and wishing you a great night.